Jackson?
Jackson? Well, good question. He's stubborn, he's uncompromised, and I mean, he's done some very bad things in his political career. I mean, he's also done good things, but I mostly think he did bad things.
Very good. Your view of Jackson?
Well, I think he was just a great president. He did a lot of things for this country. He, I believe, is to me one of the fathers of this country. Sure, he's a stubborn man, and some things maybe he had done wrong. But no one is perfect, and we have every president, even though they're the president, everyone can make mistakes, and we just need to accept that in life.
Very good. So, I heard Jackson did some good things and bad things, such as the nullification crisis. What is your views on that?
Well, he also handled this very, very inappropriately, especially for a president. The good thing about this is that he did reduce some of the tariffs they had, but the bad thing is that he actually, in some part, he said that he would hang the first man of them that I can get my hands on, and by that, it's because the South Carolinians threatened secession from the Union if the federal government kept collecting tariffs. So I think that was too harsh to say. I mean, I don't think he really mean it literally, but it was just too hard to say, I'm going to hang the first person I see. It's like, very harsh.
Very good. So, what do you think of the nullification crisis?
Well, I mean, I would think that these people from South Carolina were just being a bunch of whiners. I mean, wham, wham, wham. Why don't they get themselves a ambulance? I mean, really. These people were just upset about a silly little high tariff. It was barely even high, in my opinion. I mean, they were just whining about it so they didn't have to pay any tariff. Just a silly little excuse for them. I mean, sure, maybe Jackson overreacted, but he did it for a good cause. These South Caroliners were being just a bunch of whiners, like I said before, and, I mean, sure, he wasn't actually threatening to actually hang a man, because why would the president do that? I mean, that would not be good if the president of the United States were to hang a person, especially his Vice President Calhoun. But, I mean, really, he would never do such a thing, and he is a good president. I mean, he probably would be, I mean, wouldn't you be upset if somebody were just complaining about some one little thing? I mean, they were still complaining after they had lowered the tariff. I mean, really? People are unbelievable these days.
Very well. Oh, do you still think President Jackson is good or bad? Well, here's another topic. The Indian removal, aka betrayal of tears.
Well, Jackson did support the policy of removing the Native Americans from their land, which was pretty harsh, and for my opinion. And one thing that really, really shocked me as a president, he should follow a law, especially from the Supreme Court. It says that he ignored the Supreme Court Chief Justice John Marshall when he said that only federal government, not the states, could make laws governing the Cherokee tribes. I mean, if you're going to be a president, you have to follow the law. You're like any other person, but more high standard. And I mean, just look at him. It's unacceptable. And a lot of people died in this trail of tears. I mean, they didn't have almost any appropriate clothing. So it's just impossible. He should have compromised with these people.
Okay, anyways, as I was saying, sure, it was very, very sad, but you have to see now that the land that we have gotten now is from the Indians. I mean, sure, maybe we could have gotten some kind of compromise with them and shared the land. I mean, although there were still a few Indians still living on the land, but most of them probably had left. But I mean, now we have even more land, and our population has expanded even more. And also, we have gold from the mines that they found.
Very well. I do like my bling. Well,
and, I mean, yes, very sad. I mean, I'm kind of surprised that Jackson would do such a thing, since he is the man of the people. And he is just a con man himself, but I am surprised, really. But, I mean, it is what it is, and, you know, we can't do anything about that. We can't really control everything in this world. It is like fate.
What do you think of the Second National Bank?
He made bad decisions in the National Bank. He tried to destroy it, and it led to depression, like the panic of 1837. I mean, what do you think? Like, people, please, he's a bad person, okay?
For businesses and others to get money, I would have to say it still won his second term. I mean, really, that is unbelievable for such a thing to happen, and yet he still wins his second term as president. Such a surprise. I mean, really. But I mean, it was only difficult for some people, like the businessmen who are very wealthy, and I mean, really unbelievable.
So, let's go to our volunteer, Natalia. And by the way, I am not doing this to distract anybody while we get to the seat. So, let's...
Okay, let's pause it there.
On another lighter side of the story.
My crying. No, cry.
I'm so sad. Jackson's such a jerk. Now.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Very well. Jackson did not do a good president of America.